Have you ever felt that something inside you is waiting to wake up? Not your mind, not your body, but you. A sleeping force, quietly watching, waiting for the right moment to rise. Most people live their entire lives never touching that power. But when it awakens, everything about your experience of life changes. Today, I want to take you on a journey, not somewhere outside, but deep within you. Because within each one of us lies an energy so profound that even the smallest glimpse of it can transform the way you breathe, think, love, and live. They called it Kundalini in the ancient yogic sciences, but you can call it the awakening of life itself. Once, a young seeker went to an old sage who lived by a river. He had heard stories that this man knew the secret to divine power. So he asked eagerly, "Master, how can I awaken the energy within me?" The sage smiled and said nothing. He simply walked into the river, motioned the boy to follow, and suddenly plunged his head underwater. The boy struggled, kicking and gasping, trying to rise. And just when he thought he would drown, the sage pulled him up. The boy inhaled sharply, chest heaving. "Why did you do that?" he cried. The sage looked into his eyes and said softly, "When your longing for awakening becomes as intense as your longing for that one breath, then the energy within you will rise. You see, awakening is not about learning a technique. It's about kindling a longing, a deep, burning desire to know life in its totality. Because the truth is, your body already knows how to awaken. Your mind already has the blueprint, but your awareness is asleep. Right now, your energy is like a coiled serpent, resting at the base of your spine, waiting, patient still. In yogic language, this is Kundalini Shakti, the potential force of consciousness. But in modern terms, it's simply the untapped intelligence of life. Think about it. A tiny seed has the potential to become a vast tree. Everything it needs is already inside. All it requires is the right conditions, sunlight, water, care, and it awakens into its true form. You are no different. Within you lies an unimaginable possibility. But unless you nurture it, it remains asleep. Imagine there's a locked door within you. Behind it is a vast ocean of energy. But most of us are busy polishing the door, decorating it with achievements, opinions, and desires, never realizing that the key has always been in our own hands. This is the tragedy of modern life. We seek power outside through wealth, validation, status, but the real power, the one that liberates, is inside. And awakening this power doesn't make you superhuman. It simply makes you truly human. So how do we awaken it? How do we move from being half alive to fully conscious? There are many ways, but today I will share 3 ancient pathways that were designed to awaken this inner intelligence. They are simple, but not easy, because the path is not about what you do, it's about how deeply you do it. First, the power of breath. Your breath is the bridge between your body and your consciousness. When you breathe consciously, you touch both the physical and the subtle dimensions of life. Every morning, before the world wakes up, sit quietly, close your eyes. Inhale slowly through one nostril, exhale through the other. As you inhale, feel calmness entering your being. As you exhale, silently chant Om, letting go of everything you carry. This simple act purifies your energy channels, what yogis call nadis. When the Sushumna Nadi, the central channel in your spine, becomes active, you'll notice your thoughts quiet down, your emotions stabilize, and a subtle hum of energy begins to move through you. Have you ever felt that tingling wave when you meditate deeply, or when music moves you to tears? That's not imagination, that's life energy responding to awareness. That's the first whisper of awakening. Second is the power of sound. In the beginning was the sound. Before the world was formed, there was vibration, pure energy and motion. When you chant a mantra, you're not just repeating words. You're aligning your inner rhythm with the rhythm of existence. Find a quiet space, sit with your spine straight. Focus on the base of your spine and begin to chant a sound like lamb or simply Om. Let the sound reverberate through your body. Don't chant with your mouth, chant with your being. After a few minutes, you'll begin to feel subtle waves of pulsation deep inside. That's the energy responding. That's your inner power saying, I'm listening. Mantras are not religious. They're technology sound frequencies that can shape your inner geometry. When your inner geometry aligns, life flows effortlessly. Struggle disappears. You stop trying to do spirituality and begin to become it. Have you noticed sometimes you feel drained for no reason and other times you feel vibrant even without sleep? That difference is not in your body, it's in your energy alignment. When your energy moves freely, life feels like music. When it's blocked, even joy feels heavy. So ask yourself, are you in tune or are you noise? The third and perhaps most powerful method is the root lock or mole bond. It's not just a physical exercise. It's an act of reclaiming control over your own life force. As you inhale, gently contract the muscles at the base of your spine, the perineum and pelvic region. Hold for a few seconds. Then exhale slowly, releasing all tension. When done consciously, this draws energy upward through the spine, awakening higher centers of perception and awareness. But be warned, without proper guidance, the intensity of this practice can be overwhelming. So begin with awareness, not ambition. Imagine lighting a candle in a dark room. The flame begins small, fragile. If the wind of your mind is restless, it flickers. But if you create stillness, the flame grows, steady and strong. Your energy is that flame. Muleband simply helps it rise from the base to the heart to the crown. And as it rises, you'll begin to notice you no longer seek peace, you are peace. You no longer chase joy, you radiate it. This is not a belief. It's an experience. People often ask, will Kundalini Awakening give me powers? Visions, ecstatic states, those things may come or not. They are like fireworks during a festival, beautiful but temporary. The true awakening is much simpler and infinitely more powerful. It's when the line between you and life dissolves. When you realize that what you called your energy was never yours, it was always the energy of existence itself. When this happens, your perception shifts. You don't feel alive, you know you are life. There's an old Zen story. A monk once asked his master, how do I reach enlightenment? The master said, polish the mirror. The monk began cleaning his meditation bowl daily, thinking it was a metaphor. Years passed, but nothing changed. Finally, in frustration, he said, Master, I've polished everything. Still I see no light. The master smiled. My dear one, he said, the mirror was never outside. It is your mind. When the dust of thought settles, it reflects the whole sky. That's what awakening truly means, not lighting a new lamp, but removing the fog from the one that's already burning. When your mind becomes still, your breath pure, and your awareness focused, the sleeping energy naturally awakens. Not because you forced it, but because you became ready. So pause for a moment. Ask yourself, have I been asleep all this time, chasing experiences, collecting distractions, while the greatest adventure of all lay within me? You don't need to go to a mountain. You don't need to change your religion, your job, or your name. You just need to turn inward sincerely, consistently, courageously, because the door to the infinite is not in the sky. It's in the space between two breaths. When the sleeping power awakens, you realize something stunning. There was never a separation between you and the universe. You were both the seeker and the sought. The energy you were trying to awaken was already awake. It was you who was asleep. And when that dawns upon you, you don't become special. You simply become real. Life becomes effortless, not because it's easy, but because you stop resisting what is. That's true awakening. So my friend, the next time you sit in silence, don't try to awaken energy. Just listen to your breath. Feel the pulse in your fingertips. Watch how life is already happening perfectly without your effort. And then ask yourself, what if I lived every moment like this, fully aware that life itself is breathing through me? That awareness is the beginning of awakening. If these words stirred something within you, don't rush to share them, live them. For the next 7 days, give yourself just 10 minutes of silence each morning. Breathe, be still, and simply observe how the sleeping power inside you begins to stir. When you feel it, you'll know, because that awakening will not come to you. It will come from you. Thank you for watching.